How good it is to be human. That's our meditation today as you and I continue on our Advent reflections. I'm Father Sam Moorhead, rector of the Cathedral Basilica. As we have now considered the very mystery of God, and after that the creation of the whole cosmos, today we take in a consideration on the higher order of intelligent beings, the angels, and man, us, we human beings. Yes, created with an intellect to know God, created with a will to love Him. But first, God made the angels. Perhaps it was on that first day of creation when God gave the celestial command, "Let there be light." And there was light. And the angels' spiritual light came into being because, you see, there was no material universe as of that point. The angels were created to be like unto God. And they were created with an intellect to know Him immediately, an immediate attenuation to who God is, and thus an immediate choice with the use of their will to follow Him or not. By tradition of the Church, we know that 2/3 of the angels did, and they became the good angels. A third rebelled, chose against Him, became the fallen angels, the demons, with Satan, Lucifer, that liar from the beginning, in their charge. That God also then, shortly thereafter, would make the human race, we human beings, higher than the animals, lower than the angels, but with a dignity that is all divine. For we were made especially close to God in His image and likeness. The flesh does not necessarily have to weigh us down, even though after the fall and the temptation that went to Adam and Eve, it started to. But we will rejoice in the sort of being that we are. Do you stop to think about it? What wonderful thing it is to be a human being for body and soul? We should. We should see it. We should rejoice in it, especially as we see ourselves created by God and redeemed by God in Christ. Body and soul we are. Body with 5 senses to perceive good, wonderful things. Oh, you and I, we're not hedonists. We're not to pleasure the senses, but we're also not some sort of puritanical sort that resist them either. God gave us these eyes to see beauty, the sense of touch, to feel those around us in love, sense of smell, especially at this beautiful time of the year when there's so many beautiful scents that are associated with the Advent and Christmas season. Oh, the bells that ring in this cathedral, they come into the ear so wonderful. Oh, all of the senses, a part of our humanity. But they're not the highest part. So we have a soul, and the faculties of the soul, they are there to help lift us up to be more godlike, to order the passions, the intellect to know the truth, the will, so with the heart we can choose to act in accordance with it. If we do not order the passions according to the intellect and will, we will fall into a debased state where the flesh rivals against the spirit, and we will not really be happy in that. Oh, there's temporary fleeting options of pleasure, but not lasting happiness and joy. So you and I have to realize what sort of creation we are. And the sort of creation we are is willed by God. And it is good to be human. It's good to have this body with all that it means, the 5 senses, human sexuality. It's good to have a soul with the ability through the soul to come to learn the truths of God, the truths of man, the truths of the whole universe. And then the will to choose in love. And by choosing in love, choosing the good to become good, to be caught up in love, the love that is of the God who poured Himself out in making me and you and us all in the first place. Oh, today we marvel in our creation. It's good to be among the angels and the intelligent sect. Thanks be to God that you and I are human beings.